Carolyn Dube here. What's the play for today? It's paint pouring. Have you seen the videos and wondered what you need to know to create art like that? You might be wondering what kind of pouring medium to use and what does pouring medium even do? What kind of ratio of paint do you need? What kind of steps do you need to take so that you can get all this kind of detail in your pour that's not just there when the paint's wet, but it's there when the paint's dry? Well, these questions and a whole lot more are answered in my online workshop called Paint Pouring Fundamentals. Now, those are all great questions and they're important, but they're not the most important question to ask. And what is that question? Well, I'll be sharing that with you in a little bit. How do I know all of this about paint pouring? Curiosity and a whole lot of practice. My artistic curiosity had me asking, why did that happen? And there was a whole lot of trial and error exploring what was going on with paint pouring. There was one month where I went through 5 gallons of Liquitex pouring medium just testing out some ideas. Now, especially early on doing this much experimentation, there were some duds. But here's the thing, every one of those duds helped me understand this process even more fully. That understanding is why I can break this process down for you step by step, so you get to skip all of the expensive trial and error and get right to the fun part, making the kind of canvases you can't wait to put up on your wall. Well, here's how I made a statement piece of art for my house. Now, this is huge on the wall, but guess what? Because it's made up of 8 by 10 canvases, it didn't take a lot of space to make it. You see, paint pouring doesn't have to take up a lot of space. Paint pouring can look mysterious. When someone sees your painting and they go, "How did you do that?" It's almost like there's magic happening there. But here's the thing, it's not really magic, it's not supernatural forces at work. It's actually understanding how the different materials are behaving. For example, when you add the colors of paint into the cup, does it matter what order that you put them in? Yes, but there are 2 things that matter a whole lot more. You'll find out what these subtle things are that make such a huge impact on your results. Take these 2 canvases, for example. They were the exact same colors added to the cup in the exact same order, but the results are completely different because of these factors. And these factors, they apply to any kind of paint and any kind of pouring medium that you're using. There are a lot of assumptions out there about paint pouring that don't have to be true. One of them is that paint gets wasted. Well, it doesn't have to be. One, I'm going to show you some things you can do with that paint that's in the bottom of the tray. The other thing is I'm going to be showing you some techniques like this one where not a drop of the paint gets wasted. The paint is staying on the canvas and you're getting details like that. Another assumption is that you have to use a torch to get cells. There was no torch used on this one, or on this one, or on any of the canvases that you'll see in this workshop. Why? Because I don't like playing with open flames, so I make cells in other ways. Another assumption is that you have to measure everything so precisely and carefully, or you're just eyeballing it and taking your best guess. But there's something else. There's another way to do it so that you can consistently get the ratio that you want for the look you want. And notice how I worded that. There's a hint there for you for some of the things in the workshop, because it has to do with your ratio. But here's the thing, getting the ratio that you want, it doesn't have to be complex and it doesn't have to involve any measuring. And it's not eyeballing. What about the paint pours that just you look at and go, oh, what have I done? Because guess what? If you do paint pouring, you're going to have some that turn out that way. We all do. But I've done a lot of those duds, so that's given me a lot of practice on what to do to rescue and save them. And I'm going to share with you my go-to ways to rescue those canvases in the workshop. What all's waiting for you in Paint Pouring Fundamentals right now? Well, you're going to get immediate access to over 20 lessons. Everything you need to know to get started and making those pours. You're also going to have lifetime access to this, so that means you can watch it how it best fits your schedule. You're also going to have downloadable videos, so you can watch them online or off. This workshop has a 14-day money-back guarantee. So how does the guarantee work? Well, this is a very no-hassle guarantee. Check things out, watch the videos, enjoy the workshop, and if you decide for any reason or no reason at all within those 14 days that the workshop isn't right for you, just send me a 1-line email and I'll promptly get you a refund. No hoops to jump through, no hassles, a true money-back guarantee. Now, all the questions that have come up in this video, those answers are all waiting for you in the workshop. But I said that those weren't the most important question. You ready to know which one is? It's your question, because that's what's most important for you is whatever your question is. It's whatever's in your way, whatever's giving you a little bit of a challenge, and you want to get an answer to that. And you're going to be able to get an answer to that in this workshop because I'm a very active and involved instructor, and I personally answer your questions. So that means whatever you've got going on with your paint pouring, I'm right there with you, and we'll get it figured out. And when you register right now, I've got some bonuses for you. The first one is paint pouring in small spaces. Now, even though I've got a ton of space where I can do my pouring, I have to do it all under the camera. So I've only got about 2.5 feet of space on my counter where all the pouring is done. And you're going to see how things are set up, how you can make it so that even if you don't have a lot of space, you can do paint pouring. The next bonus for you is paint pouring on a dime. There are ways that you can save yourself some money and still have all of the fun doing paint pouring, and I've got those tips and tricks for you in there. The third bonus that I've got for you is paint pouring beyond the canvas. There are other things you can pour on besides a canvas, and I've got a 5-video series showing those to you. And the fourth bonus that I've got for you, my favorite one of all of them, is Dave the Husband Does a Pour. Now in this video, you're going to see a complete newbie do a pour. So you can see what that's like. He's going to ask me all sorts of questions while he's doing it, and I'm going to guide him through. So that way you get to see an absolute novice do a pour. And I'll give you a little hint, the name he gave to the kind of pour he was doing was a tsunami pour. So what are students saying about the workshop? Chris said, "Thanks, Carolyn, for making something that I've always been afraid to try approachable." Joanne said, "I have never seen anyone explain paint like you. I never understood any of it till now. Anyone that is even thinking about paint pouring needs this class." Amy said, "I thought I knew a lot before the course, but I learned so many new ones. If you're ready to feel the excitement and freedom of paint pouring, join me for Paint Pouring Fundamentals. You can find all the information and registration at the link down below or over on my website at acolorfuljourney.com. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing your pours.